How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Wolves, or welcome back to a brand new match preview on the channel today. It's Wolves versus Liverpool, or Liverpool versus Wolves, as Wolves will be travelling over to Anfield on Sunday evening. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe, and as always, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, it's going to be a really good game, and I hope you guys, of course, are keeping well and safe. Before we kick off, though, you can go and check out our channel partners over at Football Prizes. Again, another fantastic Wolves-related prize. They've got a signed Nelson Semedo shirt, so you can buy a ticket to enter that prize draw. We've had a Neto, Patricio squad signed shirt, so lots more of these to come, so be sure to check them out. A link will be in the description down below. And Wolves will be hoping to continue their good form. They're playing against the current reigning champions in Liverpool on Sunday. Liverpool, who are on an unbelievable unbeaten run at home. And hopefully Wolves are the team to crack that and break that unbeaten run. Of course, plenty of you will know and would have seen maybe some other previews, but, you know, Liverpool are without some important players. I think they've got 9 first-team injuries. And surely, from a Wolves perspective, this is the best time, better than ever, to be playing an injury-stricken Liverpool squad. We look back at our win against Arsenal, of course, unfortunately having that major injury to Raul Jimenez. So this is going to give an opportunity to a number of players and possibly see Nuno change up the formation. It will really intriguing to see how we line up for this game against Liverpool, really. Of course, we could talk, I'll give my predicted lineup towards the end of the video anyway, but you look at the team, Fabio Silva, who came in and played such a big part, and because he was withdrawn with about 10 minutes to go, I believe he's going to get the nod against Liverpool, but there are different ways Nuno could approach it. Could he pack out the midfield a little bit more? This is, you know, let's say we're starting a back 4 here. He could pack out the midfield, put 3 in the middle rather than 2, and play like a 4-3-3. Maybe Neto through the middle and Adama and Podence on the wings. And have all of those 3 rotating, or he could stick with a 2 in the middle and almost go with that 4-2-3-1 that we were playing and keep Fabio Silva up front. I think he deserves a shot, really. He's the natural finisher. He's a natural attacker. And I think we're going to need that against Liverpool. So it will be really intriguing to see, obviously, how Nuno lines up and how Wolves may look for the next few months at least, with obviously the absence of Raul Jimenez. Of course, we did an opposition preview on the channel as well, so if you haven't caught that, you can find out a little bit more in-depth about the Liverpool side of things. So we won't be having the opposition sort of perspective on today's video, because we did that one with the Red Men TV. But some fantastic stats ahead of this game. Wolves won obviously 2-0 last season against Man City, who were the reigning champions at their place, and Wolves could become just the 3rd team to win away against the reigning Premier League champions in consecutive campaigns. The only other 2 teams to do it were Liverpool in 2000 and 2001 and 01-02, and Tottenham, who beat the reigning champions in 16-17 and 17-18 as well. So it's very tough task, and it will be extremely interesting to see if Wolves are able to do it. But this Liverpool team, I think every team in the Premier League right now just hasn't hit that consistent point, have they? And every team is up and down, and I'm going into every weekend not knowing who is going to win the games. And I think Wolves are, even despite that injury to Jimenez, I think the morale is good in the squad. We're wanting to prove a point. I think we're almost wanting to do this for Raul and wanting to prove that, these other players can step up to the plate. We can rely on other players to get goals, and I'm hoping that we can do that with the likes of Pedro Neto, the likes of Daniel Podence, who have really started to hit their form recently. And I think if Adama can flick that switch and perform like he did even against Liverpool last season, I think we've got one scary attacking lineup there. Other players, that have staked a claim. João Moutinho. I honestly thought towards the start of this season, I felt this may be his last season in football, because he just seemed to slow down, especially at the end of last season. I know it was such a tough and long season, and to be fair, I was one of those fans that wrote him off. But these last 2 games, he's come into this squad, and I feel he's been phenomenal. He's been a really good and strong player. And of course, keeping the likes of Neves out of the team. We may see him keep Neves out of the team again against Liverpool, unless Nuno switches to that midfield 3. And of course, Marcel came in at left back, did a job, did very well against Arsenal. And Connor Cody. This has been the big stumbling block for Connor Cody, especially the sort of almost the, you know, the block between him and being a consistent member in the England squad. Can he play in a back four? He showed it against Arsenal, he can, and I think there's no bigger test than the likes of Mohamed Salah, Firmino, Mane, and even Diogo Jota, who we haven't spoke about yet. If Cody and Wolves can defend well and even get a clean sheet, I think he's proved to everyone, especially Gareth Southgate, look, I can do it in a back five, I can do it in a back four, you know. Call me. I think, you know, this is the sort of game now. If Cody can step up, he will be a consistent member in the England squad and could be one of the first names in that squad for the Euros in the summer. I'm really hoping that he can do that. You know, Diogo Jota is someone that I quickly mentioned there. You know, such a phenomenal player for Wolves over his career at the club. Of course, quieting down towards the end of his contract at the club, and of course, you know, unfortunately, you know. Well, I say unfortunate, I think it was probably the right time to sell in terms of, you know, monetary value. I think both teams got a good deal there, and he's hit the ground running really at Liverpool. Hopefully we can stop him on Sunday. He's going to be a very, very difficult player to stop, you know, when he's on form. You know, we saw that at Molineux when his momentum on the ball sometimes, and he can be really ruthless when he wants to be. But I'm sure Nuno will have a trick up his sleeve to try and stop that. But in terms of a predicted lineup, you know, like I say, it's going to be a tough one to call. But Patricio will start in goal. I'm going to say we're going to stick with a back four. I think a back five is definitely plausible as well. But we'll go with the same back four. You know what? I'm going to go same lineup, but with Fabio Silva and Jimenez. So it'll be Patricio, Semedo, Cody, Bolly, Marcel, Neves, João Moutinho, and then Donker, Pedro Neto, Daniel Podence, Adama Traore, and Fabio Silva. Look, I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop Silva and add in an extra midfielder, but I think it's a huge opportunity for the young lad. The only natural striker in the team right now, and I'm confident. You know, I reckon he might score tomorrow. I'm going to go with the classic 2-1, but I've got a feeling that the curly-haired Messiah is going to pop one in and give Wolves the win at Anfield. It's going to be a cracking game of football. I've really got my fingers crossed that Wolves can get another 3 points and continue our strong run in the league. Be sure to hit the like button down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know your thoughts as well in the comment section down below. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon.